right, I think we're on. The software is really acting crazy tonight for whatever reason. So let's do a little transition here. Ooh, I'm transitioning. Everything, the software was just acting so strange tonight. Everything was like resized and looked like garbage, and I'm trying to figure out the outputs and where is it getting. Couldn't figure any of it out. Anyway, here we are. Beautiful bourbon time. I've been ignoring my blog, my website. I need to get back on that and start posting some photos, and I think I'll put the McKenna up there that I took a photo of today and you saw on the various websites. So I'll do that, and then we'll talk about McKenna because I'm excited about Henry McKenna. This, when I first tried it, this went immediately into my top 10. This is a fantastic bottle, one of my favorites. Now, what I'm nervous about is there's a legend of the neck pour. It doesn't mean that anything up here is any different than anything down here in this bottle. It just means that some bourbons like to have a little bit of breathing room. And I'm gathering from what I've been reading online and the experiences and the opinions of others that this is one of those that likes a little bit of breathing room. So I'm a little nervous about the neck pour. The way to get around that is to take this and pour it in a decanter, or just open it up and let it air out a little bit, let it sit. And, a week, try that, and just see if the character changes. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start off with this week, fresh of a brand new bottle. Get this thing opened up as soon as I can see it. So I tried the experiment with the new glasses. I can't see anything. I got those things so I wouldn't have to keep turning, putting these on and off and on and off and on and off. I can't see my computer with the glasses. And I got them also so I could, what in the heck happened to that? The stupid ring thing broke. Doggone it. I got them because I'm a competitive archer, and there we go. And my focus, if I can see the target, I can't see my pins in the sight. So I had to get glasses, and the problem is that they're bifocals, and they have like this circle right here, and anything to this side of it or this side of it is out of focus. And so, anything is, all over it. So it doesn't matter if I'm looking, so I'm pulling back my bow, right? And I'm looking through my peep. The peep is out of focus because the center is here, and I'm looking over here. So it's just ain't gonna work. It does some good things. Go ahead and get this poured so we can talk. Let it air out a little bit. It does some good things. It's nice to watch television and have television in focus. It's also nice yesterday when I decided to clean up the backyard from the dogs. How did two little dogs? My goodness. Anyway, so it helped me be able to see the ground a little bit better because my far sight, I'm a little bit fuzzy out far too. So I'm not nearly as bad as up close. Like this is nothing. I can't see anything. But when I put the readers on or I put these on, I can see up close like this, and it's nice and clear. But the computer, can't see squat on the computer. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. wear readers, I guess. I can't wear them when I'm working. I can't wear the new ones. They're $400. I couldn't wear them when I was working because I can't see the computer screen. So I'll take them back and say these ain't working, and see where it goes from there. So, alrighty. Hey Zach, how you doing? Aaron, I need a magnifier in my peep. There's a verifier and a clarifier and a magnifier. So I just need to start playing with it and see what I can get and see what'll work. Dee, how are you? Yeah, so good to see everybody. Thanks for coming along. I guess everybody's excited about the McKenna. I know I am. So yeah, we're gonna. Oh yeah, I left all my ice, and I was trying to figure out the software and left all my ice over there, and so I gotta have to go get my cold stuff because I wanna take you on a tour of some of the cold stuff. I'm sorry. Be right back. All right, so I haven't done this in a while, and it's time to do it again. So, you know, I've talked about cooling down. I almost set on my $400 glasses. I don't want to break them. Goodness sakes. I've talked a lot about cooling the bourbon down and how it changes character. Well, I've been adding ice. Some people like to add ice, some people don't. Ice will, in time, water down your drink a little bit. Now, the ice balls that I use don't do it as quick. They're the clear ice balls. The ones that aren't clear melt a little bit quicker, but not a lot. And in regular ice cubes, you know, they're going to dissipate pretty quickly and they're going to water down your drink. But there are other ways to cool down a drink. So while we're waiting for this Henry McKenna to sit, I want to show you a couple of other things that I've got, and some of them are pretty neat, and they fit me. They fit my lifestyle a little bit. All right. So first, I've got my big silver balls. These are whiskey and axe. These are whiskey spheres is what they are, not balls. But these get extremely cold. I'm not going to put my tongue on this. I know you want me to. Nope. But these will cool down your drink nicely. I've been impressed with these. It's not like an ice cube, but it'll do it. Zachary, good buddy. I have clear ice balls, Aaron. Thank you very much. Clear ice balls. This one I really dig. This is cool. I found these. I love them. They don't cool your drink down enough. Come on. All right. So these are whiskey bullets. Right? They come in like a 6-shooter with all the gears and all that kind of stuff. But you stick these in your drink. These don't cool it down a lot, but they'll cool it down a little bit if you want to cool it down. I just think they're cool. So that's that. That's another way that you can do it. And then I got this from Woodford Reserve. You just take this whole thing and drop it in. It's a little bit like one of those silver spheres, but it's not a sphere and it doesn't come apart. You know, you don't have to worry about that. But whatever's in there keeps it cooler. This one doesn't cool as well, but you know, you don't want your bourbon cold, do you? No. Pack it in ice. You could pack it in ice, Zach. You could also freeze your glass. That would help. I've seen some people that'll take like water and pour it in the glass and freeze their glass like this, so the water is frozen at a slant. That's kind of cool. I've done that before. It's neat. And then I've got these. These are whiskey stones, and you put in as many as you want to cool down your drink. These are okay. They're not great. That's why I have all these different choices, because this one just isn't. It does all right. And then similarly, these are not as good as the round spheres, the silver spheres. I don't know what it is about them. They just don't cool the drink enough. I mean, I suppose it would be to whatever your liking is, but for me, just doesn't seem to do it. But if you don't like ice, there are alternatives, the things that you can do to cool down your drink if you want to do that. And it will change the character of the drink, right? It's not always just about adding water or whatever. It's about cooling it down, which will change some of the notes, some of the characters. But if you want to get more of a feel for all the different notes in the drink, then a little bit of water, a little bit of ice may not be the worst idea. Helps take away some of that ethanol sting, and helps some of the notes come out a little bit. So we'll just look around here. Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Well, I think we've gone long enough. Again, the thing that I'm concerned about with this is the neck pour, but I'm going to leave this bottle. I'm going to drink what I'm going to drink of it tonight, and then I'm not going to touch it again for another week. And when we come back again next week, I'm going to give it another taste along with something else. and we'll see if the character of it changes any. So here we go. Start off with the nose, of course. Oh, by the way, I want to show you something. Before we get started, I know you're waiting for me to taste it, and I just pulled that right away from you. I'm sorry. I have to go back over to that software that was giving me trouble because I want to show you something that I'm going to be doing tonight. This is called a flavor wheel. And again, I had this so it fit in the window just perfectly, and now it isn't doing it just perfectly. It's off kilter and not the right size, and I don't know what's going on with the software, so you'll have to forgive me. But as you can see in the flavor wheel, this gives you an idea of how you can taste your bourbons. So on the top there, you've got, your woods, your nuts. Is it walnutty, almondy, piney, cedary? Pine, I don't know that I've ever tasted pine other than, gin, but it's not the same thing. This is about wood. Go over to the right, we're going clockwise, you've got your grains. The ryes are going to be very grassy. Cereal, cocoa, corn. You're talking about sweeter. As you get around, you go from wood to grain to sweet. And in each one of those, like you go from rye, which isn't sweet, to corn, which is. And then you keep going. You've got your vanilla, caramel. You can't see this on your screen because it's cut off, but vanilla, caramel, maple syrup, butterscotch, honey, chocolate. Now you're getting into what's called spice. And the spice may give you more of the ryes as well, which is where you're going to see your black pepper, your cloves, cinnamon, your coffee, tobacco leaves, spearmint, anise, which I've talked about a few times. It's a spice that's often found in 5-spice, kind of a darker spice. Then you get into your savory, which is your herbal, and you see that on the screen. And then you go up a little bit further, and we're moving into fruity, floral type of overtones, which, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it, but the 1910, the Old Forester 1910, definitely had some fruity, floral overtones. It reminded me of wine after it had sat for a while. It got even better the longer it sat, so there you have it. But some of those are going to give you those cherry notes, tropical, some of the berry, peaches, apricots, and these are bourbon flavors. So it's not wine, but it's kind of cool to have this flavor wheel here, and I'll refer to this a little bit more as we go along here this evening. All right, so let's give this a shot, shall we? Okay, so for me, the first thing that I notice is that it's sweet. So I'm going to look on my flavor wheel here. We'll go back over to it, and I'm getting my sweets. Now, you can't see the sweet on there very well. There's like a couple of them, like vanilla and then caramel, or caramel. I'm sensing vanilla on the nose. This has definitely got a sweeter nose to it. Butterscotch, I can see that. Let's see. There's some honey on the nose too. I'm reading the papers, and I'm seeing. Okay, do I smell corn? No, I don't smell corn. I do smell cinnamon. All right, so cinnamon gets us into the brown spices. So maybe there's black pepper. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah. If you know what to look for, now you may be convincing yourself. You may be saying, "I bet you smell pepper." Oh yes, I do smell pepper. You're so smart. But like I tried to smell corn. I can't smell corn in it. I don't smell coffee in this, and that's on the list. So, but I do have some pepper. Okay. What is the proofage? This is bottled in bond, so it should be 100 proof. Yep, it's 100 proof. So I guess this is either bottled in bond month, or there was a bottled in bond day just a couple days ago. So I think it's bottled in bond day. That was the day I posted this photo. So 100 proof. It's definitely hanging onto the side of the glass. It's fun. All right, so let's go back over to Facebookie. It's like I went to commercial. Yeah. Technology's cool when it works, Zach. All right. Okay. I'm writing down my notes as I get them. Yeah. Boy, there's something that hit. Okay, so I love this. This is still one of my favorite bourbons. Even off the neck, this is good. This has got a slow bloom. So the bloom, again, it starts in your tongue in the center and goes out very slowly. It's that burn. It's that alcohol burn. This one is slow. For a bottled in bond, it's so smooth and just takes its time to spread out. That was good. The first thing that hit me when I put it on the palate was it tasted nutty. So I'm not seeing hazelnut on this list, but that's the first one I got. And if I had to give it a second one, I'd tell you pecan. That is on the list, and that made sense. So I hit that one. Maybe walnut, but pecan hit me more. Hazelnut hit me most, which is not on here. The taste of corn got me there. Black pepper was there. Cinnamon is there, and vanilla. Try that again. Mm-hmm. That's really tasty. I now remember why I like it so much. Goodness gracious, that's good. I caught some butterscotch and maple syrup that time. The legs have got more butterscotch than maple syrup. The finish is going to hold on for a little bit. The cinnamon and the vanilla hold on as well. Corn, sort of. The nut goes away in the finish. Gosh, this is good. This is getting a little easier to find right now. People are going to see it on the shelves and go crazy on it, but this is starting to make its way around the state. They had it locally here this week. I didn't need it. I've got several of these bottles. I bought them all over the nation when I've been traveling. I tried this one time at a bar, the Bourbon Affair in downtown Findlay, and I'm like, wow, that's good. But theirs had been open, and I still loved it. And now, just right out of the neck, I love it. This is really, really good. All right, I'm going to give it one more. Nutmeg? No. No, I'm not going to give it any nutmeg, Zach. I don't know if that's in there even. I don't see nutmeg in the list. No. That doesn't mean it couldn't be there, but that's not something I'm sensing here. And you'd think that it could go along with having like a cinnamon, but no. Now I am catching, pardon me, I am catching some anise on the long legs. Just very slightly. Just got started. I'm not sensing caramel or caramel like I would in other drinks. It just isn't going there. It's not dark like that. Okay, one more. Butterscotch and maple syrup are the predominant tastes now that I've had a few sips of it, to me, now. Now we'll see what it's like in a week. You know what? I put that cork back on. I'm going to take that cork off so it can air out and start that process of breathing. So, so the bourbon flavor wheel is a lot of fun to use. It's a nice tool. I will post it if you want to have it. I think somewhere on the page I can post the flavor wheel. If not, I'll put it on beautifulbourbon.com, and you may be able to download it there, like right-click and save an image as, or something like that. All right, let's go with some ice. Oh, I forgot my rocks glasses. I wonder if this will fit. It will. Good. All right, I don't want to splash it. I didn't splash it. My rocks glasses, I left them upstairs. I'm just going to give it a little bit more so I have enough to taste. this sit there for a minute. My elegant clear ice ball. I will admit this one is a pre-used ice ball, so it looks a little ragged. But I used it weeks ago, and then took it out and rinsed it off, and then froze it again. And it's still just elegant, still clear. It didn't like cloud up or anything. It's beautiful, just beautiful. Love this in a drink. All right, that's good enough. Let's taste it. That's interesting. Whereas before, the first thing I caught was nut, hazelnut, pecan. This was buttery. And it goes to figure, I mean, kind of in that same flavor, that earthy, nutty flavor is butter, right? Good butter. And that's what this reminds me of on ice. I should have probably tried one of my spheres, but this is not going to dilute the drink very quickly. So, I mean, it's just cooling it down and it's changing the notes. That's fascinating. I got to do that again. Butter's nowhere on my list either. Okay. Yeah, it's buttery. There's some corn in it. Vanilla's coming out. Still the cinnamon, that's still there. I'd say the black pepper's still there. I mean, it's holding a lot of its character, but it is changing those notes just a little bit. I think I like it better neat. I mean, it hasn't changed a whole lot with the ice ball in it, but I do like it better neat. I like most things better neat. So, one of them I really like neat. I bought this, and I like this neat. This is smoky. But we're not talking about Woodford today. That's just a little one I bought for fun. We're talking about the Henry McKenna. This is the famed 10-year Henry McKenna. It's 100 proof, bottled in bond. It has the barrel number. This one was barreled April 5th, 2010. So it's now the Henry McKenna 11-year. Henry McKenna. The reason we're doing Henry McKenna is not just because I really wanted to, but because this is March. And March is traditionally where we start talking about all things Irish, as St. Patrick's Day is on its way on the 17th. By the way, if Tammy's watching. Tammy, happy birthday on the 17th. We'll get to that. That's one thing I've never forgotten. I don't forget birthdays very often. And Tammy was, I think, like my first girlfriend ever when I was in like 4th or 5th grade. And she was my very first kiss. But I have never forgotten that her birthday landed on St. Patrick's Day. And she's married, she's got beautiful children, and I don't even know where she lives anymore. Her mother was my 6th grade math teacher. That did not go well. Math and me, But anyhow, so, we do have something that I'm going to be tasting for St. Patrick's Day. So we're just kind of doing that ramp up. But this is the McKenna, and he was an Irish immigrant. He came to the States as a 19-year-old, started working in distilleries. He moved around a little bit after that, but eventually ended up staying in Kentucky, and the best state ever. Stayed in Kentucky and then started his own bourbon. And this is good stuff. One more. The longer it sits, the longer it does dilute. Still delicious. I'm still getting a hint of that pepper, not as much. The vanilla is still strong. Butterscotch is still there. Got a wonderful flavor. If you can find the Henry McKenna 10-year, I would tell you to buy it. I would tell you to get it. So we're not doing anything super crazy tonight. I'm not going to be making a cocktail or anything like that. I would not want to make a cocktail with Henry McKenna. There are just some bourbons. They don't belong in a cocktail. You know, bourbons, I mean, the 1910 was good in a cocktail, and there's some other ones they're good. I mean, like I said a couple of Bourbcasts ago, when they tell you that you're going to use wine in your food, if you're going to cook with wine, you want to cook with a wine that you would drink. So, I mean, if you take that same ratio, that same philosophy, and you bring it into bourbon, you would make a cocktail with a bourbon you would drink. Although, it's not really the same. So if I wanted to use a bottled and bond, 100 proof, to put in a drink, I might use Old Grandad or Evan Williams or something else, right? I don't think I would go with the McKenna because it's just so complex and so tasty just the way that it is. So I'll head back to the old book here and see if anybody's talking. Hey, Michael! Michael's a friend of mine, screenwriter, just like me. That was a cool thing. We had a meeting today, 3 principals on a movie, and they got me revved up, and I'm supposed to be helping them sell this movie to distributors. And I haven't been able to do it because I've been just so stupid busy. Well, today I got a little bit revved up, and I got on, and I had 2 offers from the only 2 distributors I was able to reach today. How's that? Tell me people aren't starving for content. Hey, people are starving for content. That means you have to share this with everybody you like, even people you don't like. Share it. Yeah, so it was a neat day. Got a lot done, and I got a couple of offers to distribute a film. So that doesn't suck. And that's our 3rd offer, by the way. We have 3 offers now, 3 things on the table. So it's kind of exciting. So that's the McKenna 10-year. I'm going to leave this open for a little while. I'm just going to let it breathe. And I'm going to wrap this up in the Glencairn glass. Maybe that'll be fun to get a different note. I don't want to hit this too hard. Or don't I? I want to say cheers to you. Thank you for joining me tonight. This is a fun thing to do. I enjoy doing it. Last night, it was 60 degrees outside. And I have really missed sitting on my deck. I love my deck. It may be my favorite place in this entire house. My deck. It faces the woods. You can see the sunset. There's aminals back there. Pretty soon, the peepers are going to come out, the frogs. I love that. When it gets warm enough, we're going to start doing the Bourbcast outside because that makes me super happy. But I did sit out last night, and I got out, not this, but a different bourbon. I was drinking that on the deck, and I grilled hamburgers, and it was a nice evening. And I'm a little bit verklempt that I'm downstairs in the cave again when I was out on the deck last night. I would have much rather done this on the deck, but it is what it is. So one more of these with the Glencairn. Yeah, the notes are the same. I'm getting a nuttiness. Yeah. Enough talking. If you can find the McKenna 10-year, buy it. If you have to leave it open a little bit, fine, leave it open. I like it right out of the neck. This makes me happy. You make me happy. I'm glad you're here. I will see you again next week. We will test this McKenna again next week, along with something else, which I haven't chosen yet, but I will. And then St. Patrick's Day is coming. We'll do one for St. Patrick's Day. Whatever day St. Patrick's Day is, I don't even know. All these glasses, I gotta pick one. I know it's the 17th, but I don't know what day that is. So the 17th is a Wednesday. Bummer. So next Thursday, unless we do one on, well, you know what? Let's do that. We'll do one on the 11th, and then we'll also do one on St. Patrick's Day, which is a Wednesday. So we're going to switch it that week. I'll do my Bourbcast on Wednesday. I don't think anybody will complain. Are you going to complain? Will anybody complain? No, evidently not. So there you go. So I'll tell you what. I'm going to go. I'm going to finish this small glass of bourbon. And I'm getting all these messages on, God, Facebook sucks. I got to stop doing something. I got to stop doing Facebook. Do it somewhere else. I don't like YouTube either. What am I going to do? Your suggestions would be welcome. So the blog, I'm going to update that tonight with the McKenna. That's at beautifulbourbon.com. Then Beautiful Bourbon on Instagram. Of course, you're here on Facebook. I had MeWe for a while and then I dropped it because they're no better than anybody else. But I'm going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to do different things. It's going to be fun. And I want to say thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Blech.